Welcome to thestockminute.com. I am Brian Johnson, and we had a Fed talk today, but there was no earth-shattering kaboom. There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom, but we didn't get it. Why? Because the Fed basically did a copy-paste of their last meeting and then handed it out to all the media sources. Pretty simple job those guys have. Pretty sure you could pay me, I don't know, what is Bernanke making? Gotta be six figures or more. You could pay me that kind of money to destroy an economy and copy paste notes every month. I could do that. Easy job. All right, so the markets did react later in the day. A lot of times, the first move isn't always the move that it stays with. Today, more or less, until the very end of the day, it was down. It looked like we were getting some pretty heavy selling in there. Internals and everything were confirming that big move to the downside, and then all of a sudden, here come the bulls, and back they drug the markets, holding on to this area here on the Dow. Now, the Dow has been a laggard. Took it a while to get back above 11,450. I said 11,500 would be my next target on that. It went to 513 today. Still nothing I would be touching at this point. To the long side, let it go. Whatever, I don't care. I'm not going to worry about the last 50 points or whatever it might be. Not for me in my trading. But you can count this about 1,000 different ways, and I'm sure everybody will have their own ideas of how this all goes from an Elliottian standpoint. Fact of the matter is, any one of them could be right. If they have a bull count, yeah. If they have a bear count, okay. We're right back in that spot again. The left the day where we could be starting a move down, left the day where we could be starting a move up. We could be a 3 down or a 3 up. Really, we're right in that area. So we have to wait until what? That's right, until the more major levels have been broken. Really watching below here, back below this 11,450-ish area will get you back below the 20, and back below this support right here. To be a little bit careful down in here. So I'd say between that 11.25 and 11.425 and 11.450. I'd be very, very cautious with your trading. I'd wait till it breaks those areas before I'd start looking for shorts. Then, of course, you want to be cautious of the 11.400. Then below that, I think it's kind of bombs away until we get back down here into the 11.325 area. That would be my next level. Otherwise, if we continue upwards, you can try and take it above 11,500, but whatever. It's completely up to you. For me and my trading, I'll wait. So no more longs on the indices for me. I'm doing nothing but shorts right now, and have been adding to a short position I've been speaking about with my subscribers for a while. Did not add any more today just because we didn't get high enough, but if we continue upwards, I will. Here you see the Dow finally, we got the little push above it yesterday, above 11,450. Today we got not only a push above it, but a close above it. Things still kind of weak in here. We could see, once again, though, we are stuck between a move up and a move down. It's really anybody's call. Just wait and see what breaks first. Now, the NASDAQ did get back below this level, but you'll see the bulls absolutely were having none of it. What I really wanted to see to confirm this as a really good bear move was to see it kind of crash into the close. It did just the opposite. It turned around and ran the other way. So at this point, it was a good bearish move at the end of the day, but whatever. It's still kind of stuck in limbo here. Lots of different counts if you guys want to look at some alternate counts. 1, 2, 3. This could just be an A, B, C, 4, and now we're about to start a 5 up. This could be the top of the move here, and now this was 1, this was 2, and we're about to start that 3 down. Those are kind of the counts that are, I'm going to say, are lingering out there. Really, it boils down to this. We're either going up or we're going down. I know. Very Noster Johnson of me to make that kind of a comment, but it's the truth. We're really stuck in neutral mode, guys. I would not be betting going into tomorrow. I'd just let your bias stand aside and let the charts tell you which way to go, and that is breaks above here and breaks below here for any kind of moves. NASDAQ daily, once again, we have been trudging our way upwards, but look at what we've seen back here. See, remember we were talking about all of this. I mean, look how slow this whole grind was. Point was, it kept going up. So this can do the exact same thing. Yeah, it's small. Yeah, it's tiny candles. Yeah. We can go on and on about this. Truth of the matter is, till we see that break to the downside, who cares? We do not know where this is going to go because it can do exactly what this did and just start to slowly grind its way upwards. And it could do this all the way into the end of December if it wanted to, really. Once the volume starts to drop off and people start heading home for the holidays, you won't see a lot of volume. These bars are going to go down here, and more than likely, in most cases, we see this thing grind higher because of that. NASDAQ weekly, okay, coming towards the middle of the week, but still not going to talk about this. SPX 60 minute here did make a breakdown below. See this? This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see the S&P get at least back to here. Then maybe a little tiny bounce at the end of the day, which is pretty common. Short sellers take profits, but we didn't see it. It didn't even get back down here. It broke down below here, and then all of a sudden a fake move to the upside. So here we are again. 1, 2, 3, sideways 4, 5, and now in a 1, 2, and we're starting a 3 down. Or a 1, 2, 3 is 1246.73 with an A, B, C 4, and now we're starting 5 to the upside. You see what I mean? It can go either way, and both of those counts are very, very valid. Just a matter of waiting for it to break one way or the other. So back above here is definitely a long. If you want to take it and be more speculative, I am not touching this thing long anymore. But if it gets back above 1246, 1247, sure, take an intraday long on it, but I wouldn't hold for very long. I'd take some profits, especially up near this 1250 area. I told you that between 1235 and 1240, or 1235 and 12 was a 42 or something like that were my areas, and now we're just kind of bouncing around in that area. 1250, maybe 1260 can be seen before we're all done with this move. However, I'm not going to guess. I'm just going to wait for it to break and take my moves when we can. To the downside, 1233, 1235. Those are the areas to be watching very closely. Then about 1227. Then below that is about 1220, 1222 or so. This 1219 is a huge area too, if we ever get back down there again. SPX daily, same type of thing. We saw this candle. See how small these are? This is a very, very small pullback right now. So it is what it is. This thing could hover sideways for the next couple days, and we could just wander around into the end of the week at this point. Really, once again, waiting for those breaks, either up or down, to give us the answer. So we are getting very, very close to a top here. I only recommend, if you're going to go long on the indices, be very, very careful. At any moment, it can turn. Weekly, same thing. We're a little bit early for that. We'll wait till the end of the week. The VIX was kind of break even on the day. So not a lot of confirmation. What we're seeing here is, okay, so the VIX wasn't down, but it wasn't up either, which means, yeah, okay, the markets can move down, which they did at the end of the day, but we don't care. Nobody cares. There's just no concern right now about the markets, and there's no fear coming into the markets at all at this point. This is probably going to be one of those times where when we get it, it's going to come in very hard, very strong. It's going to be like a 9% move or something stupid like that in one day. But as you can see for the week, we gapped down, and now we're right back kind of to square one, still stuck within this little pattern we've been watching. This is the weekly, so long ways to go. And you can see from a daily standpoint, nobody's nervous about anything. So no real indication by the VIX today that fear was coming back into the markets on that move. Apple 60-minute coming back to rest right here on this blue line. This is acting as pretty good support. Once again, we'll wait to see where this thing takes us. Could be up, could be down, because this is stuck in the middle of what could be a wave up or a wave down. It's in the same boat as most of the indices are. They really left us in limbo coming into tomorrow. Apple, you want to watch very closely this break right down here below about 318, and then now I'd call it above about 322 would not be a bad intraday trade on Apple. Daily, same thing, just wandering sideways, is staying above the 320 mark, just barely though. That's why I'm calling for that 318 mark to be watched very closely. Weekly, same thing, hanging around up here, not going anywhere. But the last 5 weeks or so has not seen a whole lot of movement whatsoever. If you go all the way back to October, you can see where we've been dancing around this 320 area, where we hit it, run away, hit it, run away, hit it, break it, stay on it, stay on it. Still bullish as long as it hangs out above this 320-ish area. FAS 60 minutes, same thing here. We broke this blue line, saw a big surge towards the end of the day, only to move right back up again. Financials, it was about time. We saw a little bit of a pullback in the financials. Some opportunity for some intraday trading. As you can see, this thing drop and then base right here. This ended up being a low base formation. Once it broke that 20, it was off to the races. That would have been a good entry. However, overall, you can see us just hitting the tops here and then moving back down. So hard to get in and stay in one of these trades at this moment, especially now that it appears we might be in for a little bit of a pullback. But we don't know. This could last a day. This could last 3 days. Any more further movement to the downside, that would be back below about, I don't know, 26 bucks or so tomorrow. Look for possibly 25 to be hit. This would make a very logical place to find some support, is right here at the $25 mark. For UFAS people, make sure you have that in your charts. We broke this blue line going up on FAZ with a move up, a high base, and then a move up and above this 20. Okay, opportunities to play it long there, I guess, above the $10 mark was a call. Good for about 12 cents or so. If you're in this thing, I'm watching this here pretty close. 12.20, then about 12.50ish or so to the upside for your overhead resistance. 1 day into it, maybe we get another day of follow through, but that's exactly what I'm looking for now, is follow through. We've seen these pushes to the downside by the bears. We've seen these pushes to the upside on FAZ, and they're all met with more selling. Big white bar here, push down. Couple of white bars here, trying to get you all sucked into going long, and then maybe a drop down. Anybody's guess. Just be very cautious with this coming into the end of the week. We are still in options expiration week. There is still a lot of volatility within this market. Things can go either direction coming into tomorrow. So I thought numbers would make a big difference today, and guess what? Not really. And then the Fed came out and talked, and yeah, he didn't do much either. So numbers really don't make a difference. The market has made up its mind that it's just going to do what it wants to do regardless of numbers. Numbers good, numbers bad, they do not care. The media can blame it on whatever they want. Truth of the matter is, the markets are they have a mind of their own right now coming into the holiday season, and the best we can do as traders is to let them break these levels before we make our trades. All right, talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.